Always be a first-rate version of yourself, instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. For it was not into my ear you whispered, but into my heart. It was not my lips you kissed, but my soul. I can live without money, but I cannot live without love. I think there's something peculiar about me that I haven't died. It doesn't make sense, but I refuse to die. There have been times when I have deliberately tried to take my life. I think I must have been crying for some attention. 'Twas not my lips you kissed, but my soul. I've always taken The Wizard of Oz very seriously, you know. I believe in the idea of the rainbow. And I've spent my entire life trying to get over it. If I'm such a legend, then why am I so lonely? Let me tell you, legends are all very well if you've got somebody around who loves you. In the silence of night I have often wished for just a few words of love from one man, rather than the applause of thousands of people. How strange when an illusion dies. It's as though you've lost a child. I try to bring the audience's own drama, tears and laughter they know about, to them. I've never looked through a keyhole without finding someone was looking back. If I am a legend, then why am I so lonely? You are never so alone as when you are ill on stage. The most nightmarish feeling in the world is suddenly to feel like throwing up in front of 4,000 people. It's lonely and cold on the top, lonely and cold. We cast away priceless time in dreams, born of imagination, fed upon illusion, and put to death by reality. I've seen the ticket, and I still can't believe it. When I see the money, I hope I don't hit the floor. If you have to be in a soap opera, try not to get the worst role. I was born at the age of 12 on an MGM lot. I could sketch out a score in different keys, a new way each time. Be a first-rate version of yourself, not a second-rate version of someone else. Over the Rainbow. Song of the Century. Songs that Judy sang in her younger years. The happy songs. Smile though your heart is aching, smile. Even though it's breaking when there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile, through your fear and sorrow smile. And there'll be tomorrow, you'll see the sun come shining through if you'll light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time, you must keep on trying, smile. What's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile, if you'll just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time, you must keep on trying, smile. What's the use of crying? you'll find that life is still worthwhile, if you'll just smile. Smile though your heart is aching, smile, even though it's breaking when there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile, through your fear and sorrow smile, and there'll be tomorrow, you'll see the sun come shining through if you'll light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time, you must keep on trying, smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile, if you'll just light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness, although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time, you must keep on trying, smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile, if you'll just smile. If my daughter, Liza, wants to become an actress, I'll do everything to help her. If you sit down for 20 minutes in this business now, it's a comeback. He struck me many times. He did a lot of drinking. On daughter Liza Minnelli, I think she decided to go into show business when she was an embryo, she kicked so much. Audiences have kept me alive. If I'm such a legend, then why am I so lonely? If I'm such a legend, then why do I sit at home for hours staring at the damn telephone, hoping it's out of order, even calling the operator asking her if she's sure it's not out of order? I'm just an Irish biddy. When you have lived the life I've lived, when you've loved and suffered, and been madly happy and desperately sad, well, that's when you realize you'll never be able to set it all down. Maybe you'd rather die first. I was born in a lovely white house with a garden. I'm the original take orders girl. My life, my career has been like a roller coaster. I've either been an enormous success or just a down-and-out failure. You know something? I'm decent. There isn't a great deal of decency in the world, especially in our business, and I'm one of the few really decent ladies around. I truly have a great love for an audience, and I used to want to prove it to them by giving them blood. You shouldn't be told you're completely irresponsible and be left alone with too much medication. It's too easy to forget. You take a couple of sleeping pills and you wake up in 20 minutes and forget you've taken them. So you take a couple more, and the next thing you know you've taken too many. People en masse have always been wonderful to me. I truly have a great love for an audience. I want to give them 2 hours of just pow. Velveeta, you can eat it, or wax your car with it. Soon the sunbeams will smile through. Before you jump out of that bed, just know, the thought of you was the first thing that hit my head. Good morning, my darling. When I die I have visions of fags singing over the rainbow, and the flag at Fire Island being flown at half-mast. My singing Style really has no style, because I try to sing each number differently. I've always believed that if style takes precedent over the words and music, the audience gets cheated. It's like when people see a fine play or movie. They imagine themselves in the leading role. I want them to imagine that they're singing, not just listening to someone else. As for my feelings toward Over the Rainbow, it's become part of my life. It is so symbolic of all my dreams and wishes that I'm sure that's why people sometimes get tears in their eyes when they hear it. Behind every cloud is another cloud. Hollywood is a strange place if you're in trouble. Everybody thinks it's contagious. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh, why can't I? I've been in love with audiences all my life, and I've tried to please. I hope I did. He gave me a look at myself I've never had before. He saw something in me nobody else ever did. He made me see it too. He made me believe it. To let a fool kiss you is bad, to let a kiss fool you is worse. 'Twas not my lips you kissed but my soul. Give the people what they want and then go have a hamburger. The greatest treasures are those invisible to the eye but found by the heart. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could all be a little more gentle with each other, and a little more loving, have a little more empathy, and maybe we'd like each other a little bit more.